Okay, so good morning, as it is study, mabuhay and blessed be God forever. Welcome again to our science class. So for this week, this is a video about your last, no, not your last lesson, but second to the last lesson for the second quarter. All right. So this will be helpful for those who were not able to attend our synchronous class. Okay, for our lesson 4. All right. So before anything else, may I know or ask every one of you, how are you? Okay. Okay. I hope that you are doing good. All right. And I hope that your day is good. Okay. All right. So let's now proceed to the next part of our day. So for the next part, let us remember the following rules. All right. Following rules for our online class. So what are these rules? Okay. So please first focus. All right. Second, listen carefully, okay, especially if the teacher is discussing. Third, mute your microphone. Then fourth, all right, raise your hand if you want to talk. And for the fifth and last one, kindly open your camera, okay, and enjoy. Okay, just enjoy our lesson for today. All right, now, okay, let's proceed to the next part. So now let's know what are our agendas for today. Okay. So for today, we are going to review the previous lesson that we had. Then afterwards, we will have the discussion of the new lesson in science. Then review activity number 1 and 2 to know your performance. Okay. Or if you understood the lesson. All right. So let's go first to the review. Okay, of the previous lesson. So last time we talked about animal and plant cell, right? So there are different parts of animal and plant cell. And these parts of the animal and plant cell will help, all right, will help them to function well, to function properly, all right, and to be responsible enough on their function, okay, for each animal or for each being. All right. And also last time I asked your classmate, okay, who were able to attend the synchronous class, to type some of the words that they encounter. All right. Okay. Now, since we're done with the animal cell and plant cell, and I hope that you understood our lesson on this topic, let's proceed now on the discussion of the new lesson in science. This is the lesson 4 in science. Okay. All right. So, our title or our topic for our discussion in science today is all about, okay, it's all about microorganism. So usually if you will hear, okay, the word microorganism, sometimes, no, not sometimes, this refers to some of the smallest organisms, okay, that is existing in Earth. All right, and these organisms has pros and cons in our life. So to further know about microorganism, let us go on to the discussion. Okay, so there are different types of microorganism. But in this lesson, we are just going to focus on three, okay, microorganism, and these are fungi, protists, and bacteria. Again, let me repeat, these are fungi, protists, and bacteria. Okay? So what are the function of this microorganism? Okay, so let's have first the fungi. So fungi cannot produce own food using photosynthesis. All right, and they have no chlorophyll. That's why they cannot really produce photosynthesis, because one of the important part of producing food, okay, in photosynthesis is the chlorophyll. Next, they are also called saprophytes. Can you repeat that? Say saprophytes. Okay, very good. So that's the initial information about fungi. Okay, so what are the beneficial and harmful effects of this microorganism? So first, they are decomposition of organisms. Next, they used in the cycle of nutrients, and they are source of food for worms and small insects. Okay, so those are some of the pros of fungi. Next, here is a picture of a fungi. So some of the examples of fungi are boletes, guild, puffballs, stinkhorn, okay, and we also have cup, morels, giant puffball, cup, another cup, okay, coral, shelf, earth star, and guild. So those are the different examples of fungi. Please don't forget that. Next. So after fungi, let's go on to the next microorganism. And this microorganism is called proteins. Can you say that? Proteins. Okay, what are some things that we need to know about proteins? So proteins is unicellular organism. It doesn't fit in any kingdom classification, and it is classified as plant-like, animal-like, and fungus-like. Okay, so don't forget those information about proteins. Also, here are some of the example of proteins. So we have algae, amoeba, paramecium, volvox, stentor, euglena fission, and red algae. So the image, don't forget the image of a protein if you differentiate it from a fungus. Okay, so those are proteins. And for the third microorganism, we have what they call bacteria. Okay, so what are the information that we need to know about bacteria? So bacteria is a prokaryotic organism, and it doesn't have true nucleus in their cells. And it is classified as archaebacteria and eubacteria. So there are two types of bacteria, or there are classification of bacteria, which are the archaebacteria and eubacteria. All right. What else? So what are the beneficial and harmful effects of bacteria? So probiotic bacteria are useful for our health because it fights the bad bacteria. And it is used in dairy product like cheese, milk, and many more. It is also used in removing environmental waste, and it contributes to the nitrogen cycle. Okay? And here are some of the examples and pictures of bacteria. First, we have the circular bacteria, which is the diplo in pairs, strepto in chains, and staphylo in clusters. We also have the rod shape, which is the coccobacilli, or oval shape, streptobacilli, and mycobacteria. We also have the curved forms like vibrio, spirilla, and spirochaete. Spirochaete or spirochaete, and the other shapes like helicobacter or helical, Corynebacter or club, and streptomyces. Okay, so those are some examples of bacteria. All right, so that is about microorganisms. So if you have questions, feel free to message Miss Jazz or Miss Marielle, okay? So that we can be able to answer your question. And with that, okay, if you don't have question, you can also answer this review activity, okay, on your whiteboard or a clean piece of paper. All right, so that we can know if you were able to understand our lesson for today. Okay, so here is the instruction or direction on what to do. You just need to get your whiteboard or your clean paper, okay, and or your notebook. You can also use your notebook. And please kindly what do you call this? Follow the direction. So identify the microorganism being asked for each number. Then write the letter of the correct answer on your whiteboard. Okay, let's start with number one. If it is too fast, you can pause the video. So which is a fungi? Okay. All right. The correct answer is the bollets. Okay. So it's letter A. Next, number two. Okay, which of the two is a proteus? Right? Is it A or B? Right, the correct answer is okay. It's letter B. It's the stentor. Okay. Number three. Okay, here. So which of this picture, all right, which of this picture is a bacteria? Is it A or B? Okay, the answer is letter A. It's the Helicobacter. All right, next. So after the bacteria, I mean number 3, let's have number 4. Number 4, which is the fungi. Okay, is it A or B? All right, the correct answer is letter, yeah, it's the Earth star, letter B. Next, number 5, which is, okay, so which is a protist? Is it A or B? Protist. All right, the correct answer is, yeah, it's the algae. Okay. Next, number, okay, which among the two, all right, is a fungi? Is it A or B? All right, the correct answer is, it's letter B. It's the shell. Okay, next, number 7. Which of the two is a bacteria? Is it A, Volvox, or B, Earth star? Okay, the correct answer is A, Volvox. Ah, sorry, it's a protist. Tama ba? Mhm. So that will be a bonus part. Next, draw one example of a fungi for number 8. And for number 9, draw one example of a protist on your notebook or your whiteboard. Number 10, draw one example of bacteria. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so for our review activity number 2, you can just kindly answer, okay, this page that I will be posting. So it's up to you how long you're going to answer each, right? So just answer it for you to be able to review your list. Okay, so I think that's it. All right, I hope that this video will help you, okay, on your lesson and for your review. Okay, so I think it's time for me to say goodbye, and let's just meet again on our next class. Okay, so bye.